You're listening to Support Creative Souls podcast, highlighting and supporting inspiring creatives, plus a few shoe stories to help kick up your innovative journey. Hosted by me, Stefani V.
What's up, guys? We're here, Support Creative Souls. We're back again with an amazing episode. And as you can see, we got ourselves a new banner, so we are getting there. Follow us. Of course, as always, we have amazing guests, and we're here with Nard, the shoe designer, and this Nard got soul. So Nard, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Stephanie, for having me in the Support Creative Souls podcast. My name is Nard Hartman. I go by Nard got soul.
I was wondering if it was more than just Nard.
Yeah, it's more than
Nard.
that.
Okay.
My real name is Nard. I've always been called Nard.
Nard, cool.
Yeah, so just run with it.
Yeah.
So that's how I got Nard got soul customs. I've been doing this for 5 years, full time now.
So specifically, tell us what your brand is about. Like, what do you do?
My brand is about making shoes unique.
Nice.
We
all love shoes on this podcast.
Creative soul. So
yeah.
I decided to put my love for art and sneakers together. Collaborate them. And that's how I got so custom. So, if you have a company, a brand, team, or anything, I can put that on a shoe for you.
So we need to get you to do one for Support Creative Souls. We can just have it right here when we talk about our shoe story. We'll put it right here for you. We'll rep you, whatever.
Yes.
We'll pay you. We'll pay this creative.
I can make that happen for you.
Awesome. So, as far as your entrepreneurial spirit, where did that come from? Because a lot of people are creative, but they don't really know how to start a business, as opposed to, you've created a business for yourself through your art.
Yes. It took me a while, but I've always had the entrepreneur spirit. I got it from my mom. My parents, they started a company 25 plus years ago called Office Assistance Care, and it's a home health care company.
Okay.
My mom was, she was a nurse, and she decided to...
Oh, I think that was my phone. Sorry. Continue.
Want to be edited?
Yeah, we'll edit it.
Okay.
Yeah. So start with your mom as a nurse.
Yeah. So my mom was a nurse at Memorial.
Okay.
And she decided to start her own company. You have elders that's always just need love. They need someone to be with them. So my mom started a company, and like I said, she's been doing it for 25
So you've
years.
watched your parents do it, and then you've gotten inspired to kind of be on your own too. Have you come from a corporate background and then went creative, or have you always started? So what were you doing before you decided?
Before I was doing this, I was in retail. My last job before I started I got sold customs, I was a manager at Target. I was over the toys and electronics department.
And a lot of people say, I'm a creative, whatever, but sometimes your 9-to-5 job creates a platform for you to understand how you want to run your own business.
Yes,
and especially for retail, because that's basically what shoes and businesses, and even I learned a lot through doing my shoe shows and stuff, and how even retail and stuff works through shoes and selling shoes and designing shoes, and how you can get those collaborations like with Target or with Vans and stuff like that to design your own shoes.
Right.
So some people are like, I don't have time for a 9-to-5, and I was like, well, my motto is never quit your daytime job until you know what you're really focused on doing. So
Yeah, like I said, I was at Target. A lot of people who's in retail, they're just there just to be there.
Yeah.
I actually love retail.
Yeah.
I like working retail. I love working with people.
Yeah.
Put me in the front. I don't want to be in the back. And when you put me in the front, put me in front of people. I'm a customer service specialist.
Yeah.
So that was my
well, and again, those are like different things, characteristics, and things that you need to know even to
run
your business.
Yes.
So everybody's like, I need to start my own business. We're like, but do you know what it takes to run your own business? Like, it's not just I got an idea or I can design shoes, because I've met a couple people that can design shoes, but it's like now you can sit down and say, where do I want to take my business? How am I branding it?
Yes.
Where am I going next with my business?
And that's what I'm in the process of doing. Like, I've been doing this for 5 years now. It's what is next for me, and you know, I'm not sure. Well, I know what I want next. You know what I mean? At this point, I want to be able to open up my own store.
Yeah.
My own store. I want to have my own brand of shoes. Not just customizing it. I want to open up and have my own brand, clothing brand, and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm also, I have a brand called Dope Active Father that I've been pushing for the past 2 years.
Okay, what is that about?
That's all about fathers who are active with their children. If you didn't know, fathers are 2 to 3 times more active with their kids than in the past decades.
Right.
I mean, so fathers are there with their kids more, and I am definitely an advocate for that, because while I've been working for myself 5 years, I've been a full-time father simultaneously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And that's key for everyone to know, is just like how important it is to be able to, you know, we talk to a lot of moms and how they juggle their kids and full-time job, or they want to start a business and they have their kids and they're head of the house, but like fathers have a huge role as well, and they're also want to start their own businesses and being entrepreneurs, and they're just as much responsible being in your child's life as a mother, you know. And people just automatically think, well, the mom's running the household, but you know, sometimes that's not true, and every child is different. So every family is different.
Every family is different. Me and my wife have a great partnership, you know, and we do this together. She was one of my biggest advocates when I said it was time for me to
get to going.
Get to going. I was like,
I always say that.
Babe, I think this is gonna be my last day. And she was
I can't wait to tell my husband hey.
And she was like, well, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I stepped out of the back room and I was like, you know what? It's my last day. I turned in my keys. It was mid-shift. I had put in a 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
But with the way Target were working things at the time, they had the management change, and they were laying people off. So it was laying like other managers off, but not replacing them. So you had more of a workload on you.
Right.
So you were overworked.
It's a thing, like, you know deep down in your heart when it's time to make a change. Now it's the courage to make that change that a lot of people cannot do, and they don't know how to step out on the faith. Because when you're sick of your job or whatever like that, you know, you can sit there and complain all you want. Believe me, I'm culprit of it. But if you can't take that step and have that support network, then you will continue to be miserable pretty much on a daily basis, because that's what is fueling your fire, fueling your passion. So it takes a lot of courage to do what you did. So what have been some of the challenges that you faced with, you know, creating this new business?
Some of the biggest challenges is finding good help. Majority of the time, 95% of the time, it's all me. You know, when I have like huge projects, time to time I can have someone to come in and help me, but having consistent help, having someone, I don't have an assistant, it's only me. So that's one of the biggest challenges.
And I've learned too, like this, when it is, you know, your company, I see it as like your child, your baby. And when you pass it on for someone else to help with your child and your baby, you know, you want things to be the way you want them to be, and some people are not going to give you that 100% because, well, they're not invested in it. So it is hard to find help, and believe me, I think every entrepreneur, even with bigger companies, struggle to find that person or those people, because it's like, well, they're not getting as much out of it as you are, you know?
Yeah, and I learned that, through being a manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, at Target. You know, I learned that. You know, we used to hire a lot of kids either they're in high school or right out of high school.
Yeah.
Still staying with their parents. They don't have
Right.
Responsibility.
Right.
So they're there to, you know what I mean, get money for shoes, clothes, or just party.
Hey,
you know?
and at least they have a job.
Right, at least they have a job, but they also don't take it seriously either.
Right.
You know, so when it came to me trying to find an assistant, even for that position, I finally had to talk to one of my part-timers. I was like, hey man, I think you're the one that's going to be my assistant. You don't want to be assisting me. You're looking for more work, more hours.
Right.
You know, you get more serious about it, we can get this done. You know?
And that's what it is, kind of like trial and error. Like who really has that grind to want to do more, be more, and go different places.
Right, because then like this is not your end right here, but this is the start of more responsibility, and you can get this, and you can take it on to where whatever you're going to be doing after this.
Yeah,
you know?
I think you're super unique because you can talk about like where you've been, where you are now, and where you see yourself going. Some people don't enjoy talking about where they were because they feel like where they are now is, better and bigger. And so, it's not to say they're embarrassed, but they just keep it all behind them,
Yeah, no, I'll never forget where I came from, because till this day, Nard goes away tomorrow. I can go give me a retail job in a manager position, and I can run a store. And
I really respect people who can do retail, because personally, that was probably the only job that I got fired from. It's not for everyone. My schedule didn't work for theirs, so technically I had to get the hell out. And I was very appalled for a second. And then by the time I got to the car, I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm not good with change and car. You got it. I'm next.
Yeah.
So of course this is Support Creative Souls. You are Nard Got Souls. So let's talk about shoes. Nard has brought a couple of his designs for us, so he's just gonna talk a little bit about each shoe and
Yeah, we can talk about the designs.
Let's talk a little bit about the process and the idea, and then who is coming to you now and asking for you to do these ideas.
To do these shoes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it started off with me doing restorations. So people have older shoes.
Okay.
And they would, mess up. They'd be dirty, super dirty, and stuff like that. So I would clean them up, and I would restore them. Some of them had scratches, so you repaint the colors on them and things.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, and that's how I actually started my company. So I started off with restorations. It wasn't until someone asked me, "Hey, can you do a custom?" I was like, "Pretty sure I can." I do restorations, or I repaint shoes already. So now you just get a brand new shoe, and you just strip the paint off of it and repaint whatever custom paint you want on it.
Who would have thought? It's like home renovations. You want to keep your cabinets, strip the paint, repaint them. You want to keep your shoe. That's good to know.
So this right here is a pair that I have from my good friend Paul Wall.
Hey Paul.
He had a few pairs in his storage, and he don't wear them. He was like, "Man, just give me a box of them." He was like, do your thing on them. So I've had, I did a few of them for him already, but this particular pair I just did last night.
Nice.
He just dropped a mixtape.
So you did completely new color to them and everything?
Now these were pretty much, these were all white.
Oh, okay.
These were all white and military blue. It had blue around here.
Wow.
I stripped off all the color, and
it's a brand new shoe.
Pretty much, and added all of this custom color on there. So everything that's like this blue, purplish look, I added all on there. Took off the original Jordan patch, and I replaced it with this custom Paul Wall frozen face.
Because he just had that's his new album? Yeah,
that's his new mixtape. And that was released or whatever. So,
cool. I love that. So tell us about this band you got going here. Or which one do you want to get to?
Yeah, the custom bands I do. I made this custom bands live last week. I was at Sneaker Summit. They invited me out to the Sneaker Summit last week, and you got to show people, what I do, and I actually customize the shoe.
So you guys, if y'all want some custom Texan shoes right here, look at that.
Texans, Astros,
whatever team you want. We're not
I'm
Houston bias. Are you Houston bias, or can they do
no,
any team?
Any team.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Any team, any brand. Like I say, that shoe right there from Paul's mixtape. You know what I mean? I could do any team, any brand. It doesn't matter. It started from an all-white base. And
this shoe, you're not necessarily doing artwork on it. It's like dip painted and.
Yes.
How do you get those designs on there?
This is all hand painted and airbrushed.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's hand painted and airbrushed on there. So
cool.
I actually get down there and with the details and all these designs and stuff.
Nice.
And it's
very detailed. I'm not an artist by any means, but that's super dope.
Yeah, I've been doing the art. Crazy part about it, I've been doing art, all my life. I've been drawing, and
so it's crazy how you just
it came
brought it full circle.
10
I
years
love
later,
those kind of stories. Yeah.
After I graduated high school, they had the career days at school. Not one artist came to my school.
Right.
I graduated from Klein Forest, by the way. Not one person came there and said, "Hey, you can be an artist.
Yes.
You can do art for the rest of your life, and you can make a living off of it."
Yeah, and that's basically what Support Creative Souls is about, and my Follow My Feet movement is to bring people like you to those schools so they can see that is a possibility.
Yes.
And that is could become a different career, maybe not with shoes, but shirts or your own clothing company, art in general.
And that's why I do every year. That's why I'm at schools at Career Day, to let kids know that you can do what you love for a living.
You can do it. You can follow your passion.
Yeah, you can follow your passion, and that's why I do. That's why I do Career Days every year, and I come in with custom shoes and I show the kids, and that's awesome. They're at home.
Yeah, it really. Most of the youth don't understand that it's either go to college and do this and do that, which you should go to college, but in finding your passion, there's other career points.
Yeah, there's definitely other career points. I went to college. I was actually an EMT. I work for the ambulance company.
This guy is just like me. The longer we sit here, he may become about 10 more careers coming out. But that's the way to do it. That's a true hustler, making dreams come true. One job at a time.
I've never been lazy, never been the one to sit around just like I'm gonna make something happen. I finally found one that stick.
Yeah, it takes time. And it really does take time. People think that, this is just what it is going to be, but you may realize that it's not. And a year later, you found your true passion. You found your purpose in your passion. So
I did.
So tell us about this one.
This one right here is a Jordan 11.
My husband would like that one. Maybe not the Rockets, but he would like.
Yeah, this is one of the most famous Jordans.
Yeah.
They always release around Christmas time. They're the ones that everyone go crazy for. Customer hit me. They wanted a Rockets theme with the Galaxy, and they're a big fan of James Harden.
Yeah.
So just
I see.
Put the James Harden beard
silhouette. Put that to the camera. See that.
Beard silhouette. And make it Galaxy theme. H-Town. The Rockets, and then
that's so awesome. So tell us. We always ask what is your go-to shoe? When you wake up, what is your go-to shoe and why?
My go-to shoe is whatever.
Because
whatever's on my order list.
Yeah.
Literally, whatever's on the order list, that's the go-to shoe. You know what I mean? Whose shoe is due today? Whose shoe is due tomorrow?
And why don't you tell us that? How can you order a pair of shoes? Where can we find you? If someone wants a custom pair of shoes, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Nard.soul_HTX. That's on Instagram. Most people use me up on Instagram.
Yeah.
I have a true following of 76.
Yeah. Huh. Big time over here on IG.
I have an organic following that I've built up over the years.
Awesome.
Doing different projects for people like Paul Wall, 1B, the legendary Earl Campbell.
And soon Support Creative Souls.
Yes.
Stefani Bar, okay, I know. me
You know.
either.
Yeah, so whenever y'all ready, we can make it happen. You know?
Awesome.
So I have an organic following, and most people think, oh man, do you just make shoes for superstars? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like anybody can order. My shoes.
And that's good to know, like, right? It's not just for
a
superstars.
9 to 5. It's not too expensive. Of course, it's custom.
Yeah.
So it's
You're gonna pay for what you get, so quality.
Yeah, it's quality work. My average custom price is $200. So, but customs can range from $150 to $500 for custom work. It depends on the detail you want. Some people want the whole face.
Okay.
I'm able to do it.
Right.
But you're gonna have to pay for it.
You know your worth at this point.
Yeah.
So our last question is it's kind of like a reoccurring question. I always mess it up. But what would you tell someone? What advice would you give someone who is 5 years younger? Back when you were younger. What advice would you give someone from where you are now?
Like my younger self?
Your younger self.
My younger
or
self.
not your younger self, but like someone who
just someone,
yeah.
A youth. The same advice that I give every year when I go to different career days. Do what you love for a living. Find a passion, and you can work towards it. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with having a backup plan.
Yeah.
I went to college. I went to a trade school.
Yeah.
And I've also still practiced and did the things that I love. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I finally found one that stuck. So biggest thing is do what you love.
Yeah.
And you can get a job doing what you love as well. Mm-hmm. Everybody have their different things. Someone might love cars.
Yeah.
If you love cars, okay, cool. Go sell cars.
Yeah.
And
figure out what you can do with cars.
Figure out what you can do with cars. If you like selling cars, cool, you can sell cars. If you like working on cars in the garage, you can go work for a company like Ford, Chevrolet, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're building up a rep and you can open up your own garage or something like that, So, it's always, like I said, my biggest thing is do what you love.
Do what you love.
Even if you work a 9 to 5, you still got a few hours a day to practice on your passion, what you want.
Hashtag do what you love theme of today. Also, guys, I didn't give you a quick view of my sneakers, but I got on some custom designer Keds here. They're from a designer named Lolita, and they sent these to me, so I just thought this cute tweed, and there you go. Thanks. So anyways, thank you so much for coming and sharing so much with us. Your shoes are so dope, and I've got to get me a custom some. Of course, I got to draw it all out because it's probably going to be about $500, so. But thanks so much for joining us. Support Creative Souls. As you can see, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. You can also hear us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Check us out. I want to give a quick thanks to our sponsors, Fragrances of Wine and Comida Caliente Salsa. If you haven't gotten your jar, check us out on the website. All right, I think that's all for us today. And also, thanks again for We Co-Workspace here in Midtown Houston, Texas, for sponsoring our location. All right, have a good one. Besos.
That's all for Support Creative Souls podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for next time and make sure and follow us on social media at Support Creative Souls.